Hello everyone, it's Red Gadget here, and today we have another video. So today we're looking at the progression of the Edison format through time, right? Like previous video, we saw it kind of through space. So we were mapping like high dimensional vectors, which were the decks, into like a 2D latent space in like X and Y kind of coordinate to see how each deck corresponds in relation to another deck, right? In space. But now a natural extension of that is just to look at it through time. And yeah, for that we would need like some kind of tournaments, because tournaments happen at each time point, right, in the past, and then we could kind of order them based on when they happened and see the representation of each deck in that tournament. And then if like a deck was played a long time ago but it isn't played today, then it should kind of get played less and less in each tournament, and we should kind of see that trend nicely. Will we see it like that? I mean, we'll see the charts afterwards, but I wanted to show you how was the study done. So we go to format library, where they have like all of these kind of nice stats about each tournament, the deck list and such. So you can go here to the events. You could select Edison. Where is it? Oh, yeah. And yeah, so here you can see like a bunch of tournaments that happened. I selected only the ones with more than 40 players because I really wanted like a distribution, right? Like if certain 10 players sign up, like I don't really want to kind of account for that, right? That doesn't make much sense. So for example, this one with 100 players with Adam Sheck, that he won with Forgs. Yeah, as you can see, for example, here, this deck representation part, this is what we're interested in. So yeah, format library does a very good job at like showing these kinds of stats to us, which is what I look at often. But I downloaded this part and I've kind of plotted it in 2D. So you'll see what I mean after. And yeah, with that being said, we can get into the charts. And for the previous video, I want to address something. So the 2D thing that I showed, a lot of people said they wanted to kind of see it either like on Patreon or on the description somewhere. And the thing is, that's kind of super complicated to post, like, because I would have to host it and such, and it was tricky for me to do that. But for this video, I can actually make these things available, because I kind of started with it in mind, right? So if you want to look at my charts, they will be on my Patreon, and they will be for free. Like, you don't have to subscribe. You can. I have a lot of stuff here. I have the subscriptions. I have the shop with the side deck guide, but the charts will be here for free, and I'll look to kind of post more here and engage and see what you guys want for next videos, right? In terms of stats, but I'm also going to film IRL gameplay. Probably is going to be like a gadgets gameplay, because yeah, it's fun and people requested that. So yeah, now we can get into the actual distributions. So this is the distribution over time. So as you can see here, this is starting from January 2022. I removed one tournament that was like a long time ago. I think probably the SJC 2010. I think that one was removed. And yeah, so this is the distribution based on time, but the same distribution if we were to distribute it over kind of evenly over the tournaments, you'll see what I mean here. So like all of these distances are equal, such that we get like a smoother graph, because if two tournaments here are very close, like these two, for example, then you see this spike and it's not really readable. So this is through time, just for your information. Like the last ones I have are like from January and the 2025-ish and well, February. And the first one is like September 11th, 2021. So, but let's look at this, because this I think this is more interesting. So this is the actual distribution of all the decks. And these were, so if we go back here, this is a deck representation, but I kind of didn't want to include certain decks. So like Monster Mash and like some stuff I do not really think we should look at. I put it in the others category, right? And so I took like the decks I kind of wanted to look at here, and I made the others category, and everything that's not in here is in the others, obviously. So the first thing we notice here is that like a lot of jank is not being played anymore, right? Like at the start, 2021, like 60, what is this? 70, so let's say 62, 63% of the decks were like real. The rest was like jank. But if we look at like the well, this is not the last World Championship qualifier, but it's I think the last one was 10th, but I have until the 9th. Regardless, like we have here, like, what is this? 80, or even this tournament, like almost, like most of it is just meta decks, right? The decks I consider here. And this is not even meta, right? It's like X-Sabers and stuff. Yeah, I'm not trying to hate on X-Sabers, but you know. Yeah, so like towards the end, a lot less people play like decks in the others category. And yeah, towards the start, like we can see this is Blackwings, right? Blackwings were played kind of equally as maybe, what is this? Diva Hero, or like most of these decks seem even at the start, and then here we see a lot of people playing Vayu Turbo and Blackwings. Like this is huge here. This is huge here. And as we can see towards the end, there's a spike in Forgs when they kind of started to be played. Here, this is the Frog OTK. I mean, we can even do this actually, can we? Yeah, so this is like, I think these are the variants that were played before with like Symbol of Heritage, stuff like that. But as we can see here, Forg skyrocketing. The percentage of play like 3%, 4%, 7%. Gigavice. How do I do this? Yeah, like skyrocketed here. This is, I assume this is either someone playing the actual Gigavice or maybe just misclassification, but yeah, I cannot control this because this was taken from format library, so whatever they classify it as, it's classified the same way here. But yeah, if we go to the other category, you can see like how the jank is just not being played anymore. And this is what a lot of people discuss with like the format getting more and more mature, and like people figuring out like that certain things are good, certain things are bad. And I think this graphs kind of puts it perfectly, because people don't really want to play like fun and, yeah, I don't know how to put it, like fun decks and decks that are not really in the meta, which is I would say sad to a degree, but also, I mean, it's understandable. So yeah, spike in Forgs, spike in Gigavice in the last two parts. I mean, here they were basically non-existent. We see some, but yeah, and then Birds, Blackwings being played more, Vayu Turbo being played more, and what else there is? Is there a deck that was played but it's not anymore? Yeah, like this is Frog Monarch. We can see it like being pretty represented here and here, but then slowly not played. Hero Frog towards the start. I mean, I don't even know if it existed. I know this was this whole thing about like several people invented it, and if it was like invented, I would assume it was invented at some point. So, and then it became very popular. Now it's like a good part of the meta, right? In the last tournament. But okay, so I don't think we should spend more time here. But let's look at this other thing, which is basically the same thing, but for top 16. So it's the same graph, same code. I just said, okay, give me just top 16 decks and plot it the same. So this is through time, and this is like based on the tournaments. I think this is nicer, and we can see here. But yeah, I don't know what else there is here to see besides what we already saw. Spike in Fork, spike in Gigavice. But we can see towards the end, like, maybe 95 to, like, well, what is the other category? 6, right? So 94-ish percent is just meta. So it's just things but the other category. Here we have a lot of like basically everything is meta in top 16. Here we see everything is meta in top 16. So, and these are actually, this is peak of the Beak 6. This is World Championship. Yeah, this is the actual World Championship, right? So this would probably mean that everyone is taking like a serious deck. So in top 16 of that, there's really no like jank, I would assume, because the stakes are high. But yes, in the top 16 even we see like this drop off of the other category, right? This is just looking at the others. Frogo TK. Can I like select both of these? Yeah. Together they account for like 25% of the, if I'm reading this correctly, of the top cut, well, top 16 in the Edison World Championship Qualifier 9. So that's interesting to see. But yeah, I don't really have any other conclusions here. I just kind of wanted to show you these graphs and tell you that I'll post them if you're interested. And yeah, I don't know how to control this. Wait. I don't know. I think yeah. But yeah, going back to this is basically the graph that was produced. And yeah, let me know what you think about these graphs. What do you think about the whole like evolution through time? If you look at certain decks, like here, for example, this is through actual time. If you see certain decks like being played more or less that you find interesting, let me know in the comment section. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.